Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Stars in Time. I've just been seeing the response to the series, and I have really loved chatting with you guys and conversing with you guys. And today we're going to be moving on with the next part of this game. This looks like a tree branch blocking us off, but I guess it isn't. Ready? All right, let's go. So this is going to be the final floor of this building, right? I thought this. Wait. Is this? It doesn't look like it's very big. I thought we were going to have to like traverse through another floor. Oh, we will. Okay. Wait. Do you hear that? Wait, what was that? That sound. That's the king. It was like a roar? Is that what I heard? He's crying. Interesting. Already adding a layer to this that's very confusing, right? There's a key on the floor. You pick it up. Already you found an empty key. The keychain dangling from it is shaped like a mask of some kind. You put the empty key in your pocket. Well, judging by location, I'm guessing this is the key of the gate just ahead, but yeah, I don't know. Whoa, it's like these are like almost like branches, right? The gate is covered in some sort of thread. It's like thread, okay. It doesn't look it doesn't seem like seem locked. You're not sure the key you picked up would be useful here. This thread is so strange. I can't seem to move it aside. Frozen thread. It seems to be covering the rest of the floor too. Can we cut it? Whoa. Whoa, Bonnie flipped your cape up, grabbing your dagger? Yeah! Oh, Bonnie. Nothing happened. This music's so, mysterious. Odile smiling here. Did you break my... Oh, no. Did you break my dagger, darling Bonnie? No? Oh, they broke it. Oh, no. No! I promise. Oh, it actually isn't. That's good news. So scary, Sif. His dagger isn't broken, but it didn't seem to have done anything to the thread. Because that is a big moment, I think, for a kid. Like, you know, they're like they're playing with something that isn't theirs, and they break it, and then they want to hide it. You know what I mean? So that would have made sense a little bit. Oh wait, look, it did something. The thread is slightly dented here. So a sharper knife could do the trick, maybe? I suppose. Either way, we should explore this floor more. Before you start walking, Bonnie tugs on her cloak. Sorry for... Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ, you're being proactive. You're being proactive, but it's very good that you apologize for taking something without thinking. But I'm not mad at all. You must really feel bad. Yeah, well, look, like, it's okay. It's 100% okay. They thought of something. They acted on it. A kid would sometimes do that. No hard feelings, right? An apology from you, Bonnie? That's... magnificent. I mean, not funny, Siegfried. Crab. You crab? A knife? Huh? Honestly, though, like, Bonnie is very funny. They're a very funny character. And I love the relationship they have with Siegfried, which is kind of like a little bit combative. And they did laugh at our pun. They did laugh at the pun, which is very, very funny as well. So there is, like, still some connection there as well, right? Oh, interesting. Oh, look at this, like a tangled, torment. But yeah, I absolutely do love scenes like that between Bonnie and Siegfried. It's like one of my favorite relationships, just because it's not a relationship of like direct support or emotions. It's usually like this thing where like it's a slightly combative, but it's very funny because it's slightly combative. So we can defeat this guy with a few moves here. So I guess we can go after the paper. Oh, it goes out all enemies, yeah. There is some weakness there. We probably should heal up Siegfried there. And then when it comes to you, we'll probably do a Kaboom's a good idea, right? Doing all enemies when it comes to this type of stuff is a really good idea. I think we're probably... Are we trying to untangle? Go on, Bonnie. And I like the way they write Bonnie. Bonnie, like, acts like a kid. You know, Bonnie acts like a kid. I guess we can go with... Oh, look at this. It's like a... Yeah, like, 'cause they're all tangled in weird ways. There we go. So we just have to get rid of 3 of them. Okay. Where are we going now as well? Knife to meet you on paper. There we go. We're critical. And then we have Artsy Silent Burst. And then Isabeau. Well, where's the health bar isn't here this time? Is this just because it's a weird enemy? Look at the tangles in the back as well. I might use an item here just to heal up. Yeah, but it might be a good idea to, what it might have been a good idea to just use the save point, right? Because we're right there. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Turn it up, give it to Odile. Interesting enemy. Some good experience. Oh, level 49. Break. Isabeau learned a new skill. I've gotten stronger. You got the memory of break. You'll always remember this. Yeah. When equipped, your fighter will be able to use break as a skill, even if it isn't at level 49. Break is a skill that lowers one enemy's defense. Fantastic, a debuff. We love a debuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like use the save point. Right? Am I wrong for doing this? I feel like this is a good idea to just like... We don't have to save or anything, right? We could, but I think it's a better idea just to get our health back. And I want to fight the enemy over here first of all, and then we'll focus on going to the other rooms. Again, I have that rule kind of. Oh my god! Holy hell! Big hands, McGraw over here. So I'm guessing it's going to be scissors, right? The health bar's at the bottom here, by the way. We might as well do healing when we can. Break. I'm up for the lower defense, 100%. Bonnie, is this okay, Bonnie? Slow them down because they have a fast bar here. They have they have a really fast bar. Oh, look, they have like a little head. Man, they have a lot of health. What the hell? They have a lot of health. Crazy amount of health. Oh god, it's weird. Siofran's one is I mean, they're all terrifying, but Siofran's one is like especially terrifying for some reason. Right? We're so close to getting the special move here. Might as well get a buff and an attack as well. There's always a momentary thing there where I'm like, are we not going to get that damage? I'm trying to use whatever damage we can do now as well. They have a lot of health. A lot of health. Oh, but now their defense seems a bit lower now that we got the one attack in. Well done, Bonnie. Love the thing in the background as well. You're breathing in and out. 1,000 experience. Oh, great. Another level up. We learned the craft skill paper and V. Odile just learned a new skill. Huh, I finally figured it out. I love the way they phrase it, by the way. You got a memory of paper and V. You'll always remember this. When equipped, your researcher will be able to use a paper and V as a skill, even if she isn't at level 49. Paper and V is a skill that deals big paper damage to one enemy. Fantastic. And you know what's cool about that, the way that they leveled up there? Is that like we had... Isabeau goes, I've gotten stronger. And then Odile goes... oh, I figured it out, as if they figured out something big, you know? It's like really cool having like personality-based reactions to their leveling up. Oh, this guy again? Am I missing something here? Should we just start boosting our attacks as much as possible? That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I think we're gonna have to do a lot of buffs here. Right? First of all, lower the enemy's defense. Slow. Oh, we have, again, we could do a lot of damage, but like it's paper, you know? It's not fantastic, but this enemy's crazy. Let's start by getting into scissors damage again. Lowering their attack as well, not a bad idea as well. Should we buff ourselves well with our attack as well? I think so. Yeah. Get a little bit of damage in there as well. Regular attack. Craft. Scissors. We just need one more scissor attack. Craft. I think lowering the enemy attack, not a bad idea. Oh my god, what they can't be affected by it. Yeah, they can't be affected by it. Knife to meet you again. Lovely stuff, and then we can do this. Yeah, with this enemy, I think it's 100%. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, it seems like it's teaching us about buffs and debuffs. I could be wrong, and the reason I think that is because I genuinely think it's like it's an enemy that like has a lot of defense. It seems. So I think it makes perfect sense that they would like have an enemy that like you need to like kind of buff a little bit to be able to defeat them quicker. So if you hadn't used buffs up to that point, now you have buffs, you know? Well, it's like legs and I guess it's more rock though. Misery. Craft. So we have to go with paper. Let's go with a buff, first of all. Because we are going to have to use, you know, our buffs. We will. And we might as well. Like, they're strong, they're good. Jesus Christ, man. It's always so terrifying whenever you see them do that. It really is. Turn it up and give it to... No, we shouldn't turn it up. We should do a... We probably should turn it up. No, we shouldn't. I'm gonna stay... yeah, let's just give the turn to... %. Craft. Break. Lower the defense. They're going after Odile. We might... Again, we're not gonna get a... We might as well go with this attack anyway, because we're not gonna get a big move in here. Heal ourselves. Paper, right? Oh, paper. Yeah, here. It's cool damage. It's very good damage. Let's keep going. Yeah, there's like threads all around this. I wonder if it's like kind of like the threads of fate type of thing. You know, like threads of like, you know, they like, you know, people say it that way. Threads of fate. This is you know, a crazy battle. The damage. Where'd you learn to do this? Make up the time, make yourselves faster. We just start buffing. I think it's one of those enemies that you just buff as pretty as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Oh, they're going after, for some reason, like desperately going after Odile, and it's probably because they do have those buffs as well. Pockets. What's the one that revives them? Crafted water. We needed Odile for this fight for sure. We definitely do. Nice to meet you. Craft super sparkly heal. Top them off. So weak, just to don't give us a like attack. Too much of an attack here. Oh my god. That's actually good there as well. That worked really well there. Yeah, we need that for sure. We need that. Yes, but I'd rather have a few buffs going into this. You know what I mean? Like raising our attack for the all-out attack as well. Unless they do. Yeah, here we go. We don't have to. Oh wait, can we pass the turn on? We can't pass the turn on here. We can only do paper. So maybe guard for now. Yeah, and just go for the big attack here with our buffed attacks. Which is nice. We might as well just start attacking, right? That's probably the best way to go about it here as well. It's okay, Bonnie. Don't worry about it. Lovely move. Bonnie, do you want to come and finish him off? Yes, Bonnie! Fantastic. Yeah, I would you say that's the case? That enemy is definitely a final lesson on, like, this is how you buff and debuff. And if you don't... Oh, no. And if you don't do that, you're going to be effed as well. A dog. Dog? Doggy. Puppy. An actual human standing right there. They have a massive bow, too. Looks cute. Massive bow. Massive bow. Oh. Oh, that's my friend. Oh, no, Mirabelle. I gave them that bow. That's going to hit so hard. And I started, but that's what we've seen so far, like, so many times, is that, like, these are real people that this is affected, you know what I mean? This is, like, a real situation that has affected so many people. Oh. Oops. You can never tell them you noticed your dog before them. Oh, no deal. It's like, it honestly maybe lightens the mood a little bit. You know, no, never, ever, ever, you know? They'd make fun of me for days, exactly. At least they'd think it's funny, it seems. If you did that to me, Mirabelle, my revenge would be swift and absolute. I would never, Madame Odile. Never, ever. This is a one-time mistake. I'm glad they're with their dog, at least. Oh my god, it's so painful. And again, it hits home every time they show us, like, a... like, these people frozen in time of, like, what we're here for, what we're trying to do, what's happening to people. And it also, like, then reminds us, like, say, like, Bonnie's sister. They're not alone. That's the thing, it's like... And I think what Odile was trying to do there was, like, trying to, like, get their mind off it, like, you know, and I think it'd be too obvious if they were like, hey, don't think about it. Instead, just being like, hey, if you did that to me, you know, it's like, so it kind of gets their mind off it almost instantly. Some vials, let's see. You got the pepper juice. You give it to Bonnie for safekeeping. Thank you, Bonnie. The music here is so beautiful, but so sad. There's a chain on the table, probably for a pendant. You pick it up. You got the massive chain. You put the massive chain in your pocket along with your souvenirs. A cooking book all about croissant. So Mirabelle, about Vaugardian croissants. You tune out. Don't want to even think about croissants. We don't like croissants, right? Odile is smiling, which means they're probably done. They smile at the end of their sentences. Fascinating. Thank you, Mirabelle. And Mirabelle got to talk about croissants. You're right, Mira. You have something to say, perhaps? Oh no, just, we would never. It's just, it's very cute, right? What's very cute? Yes, it's cute. Your eyes light up and everything when you're learning things. Oh my god. They love doing research, right? And they find it cute whenever they, like, they learn stuff like this. That's really, really cute. It's cute. Cute. Dial isn't cute. She's old. Oh, no, Bonnie. No, Boniface. They have a point. I am very cute, aren't I? One of the best character traits any single individual in the world can have is to call themselves cute. I don't care what anyone says. It is amazing. When someone goes, I'm very cute. It's like, I love it. I love it. I wonder how cute you think I am when I put wasabi in your sandwiches when you least expect it. You'd help me out, wouldn't you, Boniface? I'm always up for putting spicy stuff into people's lunches, so yeah. Oh no. Sorry, madam. We didn't say anything. You chuckle. Looks like Seafreen wants a sandwich as well. Would you like me to offer you one of my sandwiches, Seafreen? You've been spotted. That would be so cute of you, Odile. Should we do it? I think we should. I'll put twice as many peppers in there as the deal. See that you do. Scary. That was a fantastic scene. You got a memory of first strike? You'll always remember this. When equipped, memory of first strike makes everyone faster at the start. What? Do we have it here? Oh, is it for Odile? I think I'm up for that. That's so good. But yeah, the scene there, what made me so happy there was like, it's like, again, it's that camaraderie, it's that banter that they all have as well. But like, I love any character calling themselves cute, but in this case, I think Odile was trying to be like, hey, okay, I'm cute, but guess what's gonna happen now that you think I'm cute? Let's see how cute you think this is. And I love that they would never actually like, you know, punish Bonnie, I think. So they were just kind of, even though Bonnie kind of led the charge on like, well, no, actually, Bonnie was the one who said you're not cute. So actually, that's why probably they were kind of like, yeah, they don't mind being called old. They just don't want to be called cute, I guess. But they were like, they recruited Bonnie, and I feel Bonnie's and Odile's relationship is so special to me. It does really feel like they are close, and that it's very supportive towards Bonnie as well. But yeah, just a really fun moment between all these characters. You know, and like, I feel like there's like that thing where it's like, you know, Isabeau and Mirabel love playfulness and that comedic stuff and like thinking things are cute and stuff like this. And, you know, Boniface is very much like a person that like, at least on the surface, wants people to think that they're very like serious at times too. You know, that's what they're like. And so of course they would gravitate to someone like Odile, who probably is the coolest person in the freaking world to them. You know what I mean? It's very cool. Very supplies. It's a barrel. It says on the side, do not shake. Kind of want to shake it. A small paintings of various housemaidens. You can see Mirabel in some of them. Some old boring books. Oh, there's a Kuban book here. Oh yeah. That's a craftonomy book. We don't really have to read about craft of any kind. Let's keep going. You leave the book alone. Okay, fair enough. It's a change god figure, yeah. The closet contains some bandages, painkillers, and oh, eye patches. They look ugly. Friends is better. Oh, thank you. Does your eye patch fit still, Steve? I can adjust it if you need me to. You smile. Oh man, the losing of your eye. Man, like obviously they were able to tell us like how close they were, that like he like Isabeau made an eye patch for Seafreen, but like losing your eye along the way here does really show like they've like gone on a long journey, right? It's another thing that shows like how long the journey's been, how much experiences they've had. Because there's probably a lot of emotional things that happen. They're painful, physical, and emotional aspects that happen to losing your eye. And, like, we're seeing that through these stories. But this enemy's quite fun to fight, so I'm up for it. And that speed is so good. I think maybe they mentioned that we didn't have an eye, but I don't think we mentioned how we lost it, I guess. We got some weak stuff there as well. I think doing the multi-tax is a good idea. Alright, so silent burst. I think a kaboom. And actually, paper to just we don't need that, do we though? We don't need that. So paper on rock. We definitely don't need to do a big move like that. I did get rid of him. Okay, I was worried there for a second. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you so much. And then just attack. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting because losing your eye like is obviously like interesting because like the design looks really cool, but it not only shows like how like, you know, the journey they've been on so far has a lot of memories in it too. It's not like this thing where like oh, the door was locked. Similar to shape like an angry mask. You know what I mean? It's not just this thing where that the world wasn't moving when we weren't here. Stuff was clearly happening when we weren't around. And I think that makes the story feel like more realistic, is the fact that like, you know, these guys have already been through so much. It's not like because the thing I like both ways of doing it. Like, because if you know like it's all enemies. Like, I love JRPGs. I love them so much. And like, say like an example of like one of the more recent JRPGs I played, like Metaphor ReFantazio, right? One of the best things about like an RPG, so, like that I always love, is like the camaraderie between friends and like the party members and the journey you go on with these amazing characters, and you get to know them over time. But I think the way that they're doing it is like a very different thing, but it's like almost like really like, you know, interesting to me, because it's definitely a big change from what I'm used to, which is like a story of people that already know each other very well, that the whole party already knows each other to like a big extent. So what we have here is actually like a history that's already there and implanted into every. And while there are like other stories, like you look at Final Fantasy 12, for example, like there is going to be like a history like between Penelo and Vaughn, or Van. You know, there is going to be that history between them. You know, let's see here. You know what I mean? There's going to be a history there between two characters that already know each other, or Balthier you know, and Fran. You know, there's gonna be that history. But I feel like this is different because like every party member has a big history with each other. Every one of them. And it's not, and to me, like, it's not like, how do you say, like, better or worse? It's just very different. And I think I appreciate, like, the differences quite a bit. I do. It makes it very unique. Honestly. That sure is a pillar. It's a broken pillar. We need a pendant. We want to go through that there for sure. Oh, what's this? It's a broken pillar. It's a broken pillar. Little painting. Oh, what's that? They look very realistic. What is that? It's like a mirror? A broken pillar. Little paintings of people looking at the artist. They look very realistic. Oh my god, like a mirror. You and allies are reflected in it. That's a big mirror. Massive even. And there's not really anything else of interest in this room. I don't know anything about it. So Mirabelle doesn't even know about this. Before the house shifted around because of the king, it was in part of the house I didn't often walk by. Okay, so she didn't even come here that often. Isabeau seems to be looking for something. If it is what I think it is, then it should be... Aha! Everyone, say fromage? Like cheese? What was that? Wait, it took some... Oh, is that... It takes pictures of you? A piece of paper? Behold! Oh my god, that's so cute! I look at Bonnie's face! They're right up into the mirror as well. That's adorable. That is truly adorable. I love this party so much already, and I've grown to care about them so much. So to have this picture here, I wish I could like save it. Wait a second, I think I can. Yeah, it saves to my well, what am I doing? What? Why am I taking a screenshot? I'm recording this. Anyway, I love this. It's so cool. Really personifies like their personalities in this sense. I feel like too, you know, the very like abject, like the kind of like outgoing personality of Isabeau, like so excited to take this picture. Odile is so confused. We're so confused. Mirabelle's so like inquisitive about like what's happening here. Like, oh, what's this? And like Bonnie being so Bonnie, going right up into this thing's face. You know, it's so adorable. I love it so much. Look at Bonnie, the mouth wide open. It's a picture of all of you. It's us. This is lovely, isn't it? It's a crafted mirror that takes pictures. I heard rumors someone was creating one, but I didn't know this someone lived in the Drummond's house. That's beautiful. It's so beautiful. We look so surprised. Only Isabeau knew it was coming. Pictures are so rare. It's nice to have one of us. Yeah, 100%. With all the journeys they've been on. Thank you for telling us about it. And for taking the picture, Isabeau. Oh, it's nothing. That's so sweet. And again, it is like a great a memory reflection. I was gonna say it's a memory to have like for ourselves anyway, but like a memory of like an actual physical like or game mechanic memory. It's cool as well. You'll always remember this. When memory reflection is equipped to your defense, who can reflect this? Who can put this on? That's so awesome. What should we do with it? Odile looks at you. Would you keep it safe? Oh, one with all secret pockets. You beam. You got the mirror picture. You put the picture in your pocket along with your souvenirs. We can never loop again. I'm never losing this picture. I wonder if we loop again, would I be able to like prepare people for the picture and we get a different picture? I wonder. But I kind of like the surprise of this picture. I wonder if it's Isabeau who got it, right? In terms of the memories. Because that's pretty freaking good. Now, it puts our defenses down, right? And break and so I guess. But like, I don't know. I feel like this is really good. Right? I feel like that's OP. I don't know. But yeah, fantastic. Oh. The flash of the mirror, someone made something appear. You reach out and pick it up. You found the smiling key. The keychain dangling from it is shaped like a smiling mask. You put the... Oh, for the other door up there? You know where the smiling key is located. Fantastic. But there was another room up here, right? It was back here? Is this it? The door is locked. The symbol of a key is shaped like an angry mask. No, we need an angry mask. Sorry, we have a smiling mask. I thought it was just a mask for a second. But that's fine. Let's go over here then. I'm having such a blast with this. Leave me alone. I'm going to save. I am having that was such an amazing moment. Oh, great. So we can, yeah, we record, people say you record your experience like every single time you save this, I believe. So yeah, thank you for that. Save there as well. Fantastic. Why not? Now we have to go down this side. We have a smiling key, so that's good. So let's see this boost now. Look at this buff here we're about to get. And speed. Like, that's insane. That's such a good buff, man. Imagine getting an attack buff at the start too. That'd be so good. But the defense buff at the start of battle is it's priceless. It's super priceless. Okay, they're getting a lot of attacks here. They don't have like a bar or anything, right? So like, I wonder if this is like a different type of enemy, right? Good stuff. Still damaging as widely. That defense boost is actually not bad for this. Again, it's not going to matter too much in a boss battle, but I think it will actually, like, it'll give you a little bit of a head start, maybe. So I think that's good. Thank you so much, body, for puffing your cheeks. I was saying in the last one, I have... I kept getting like the gender of Bonnie wrong, and I think it just happens sometimes. I think just because, like, you know, I don't usually get to play games where like they have, like, you know, the pronouns of, like, I say, like, you know, openly saying like this is they / them, but like, and some people will correct me before, like like Deltarune, for example, people corrected me before on that stuff too. So like, if I do ever like by accident say he or she when it comes to a character like Bonnie, 100% it's okay to correct me, and someone did, and like I welcome it, because like it's much better that someone reminds me of this stuff, so that I can be like, okay. And it's just like, here's the thing, like in real life, that's how I would always treat people. It's like, you know, whatever your pronouns are is how I will refer to you, and that's, you know, there's no issue with that whatsoever. There's no problem with that whatsoever. It's not even like an inconvenience in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who pretends it is kind of, it's strange. It's not an issue. Like, obviously I don't play many video games that have that in it, you know what I mean? It's different. It's definitely different. So, oh, another person as well. So please don't feel bad about correcting me ever. Don't feel bad. Someone frozen in time. Oh, that's the pottery teacher. Oh my god! Again, like, it hits home every time. She doesn't like me. Oh, I broke the whole class work during the last class I had with her. How did that happen? Everyone's finished work goes on the shelf over there, and I bumped into it. I see, it's a simple mistake. And it was fine, but then I tried to jump away and so I wouldn't break anything, but I bumped into something else. Oh, Mirabelle. Uh-oh. Who bumped into something? Someone else? Who bumped into something else? Someone else? And so on. Until I bumped into the table, flipping it over. Right into the shelf. Wish I could have seen it. It sounds quite interesting. It is funny. It is very funny, like, you know, in retrospect, but in the moment it probably was very embarrassing, right? How many people died? It was probably a very embarrassing time, but I think that making light of it is probably a better situation than being like, oh, you know, oh, this is crazy. This is, you know, whatever, you know, like, I think it's much better than, and it's probably in the long run, it's probably better. Someone frozen in time. Some weird tools to make pots. You forget what they're called. Pottery wheel, Seif. Ah, I love that, like, our character, like, also, like, again, is like learning about the world sometimes too, where they're like, what is this? What's that? You know, how does this work? We have likes and dislikes. You know, we're very like it's a very personality-driven game. Pottery wheels. I love the look how that changes. Pottery wheels. How awesome is that? We learn about it and now it changes our outlook on life, just like it would in the game. You know, pottery wheels. Like it's as Siofra learns about the world, the definition of something like now becomes apparent in mechanics-wise on the UI. You know, right in front of our face. You know, it's like Killen, right? It has a name, but you can't remember right now. It's a Killen, Siofra, yeah, yep. Oh, again, like, we're learning about stuff, right? It's a, like, see? A Killen changes all automatically. So cool. It's a barrel. It's full of nothing. The closet contains some tools to make pottery. There's also, you got 2 salty broths, fantastic. You give them to Bonnie for safekeeping. A shelf filled with little change gods. They're all different shapes and sizes, some smiling, some crying, some with no face at all. There's a box here. The box is filled with crafting materials and finished art pieces that no one liked, including paper mache gloves. They're massive. They were not made for a kid, that's for sure. You take the gloves and put them nearby Isabeau's hands. Oh my, a perfect fit. Isabeau bats his eyes. My dear Siegfried, would you do me the honor? You laugh and try to put the gloves on him. The stiff paper mache makes it hard, but after some effort, you succeed in your task. Paper mache hands. How comfortable are they? Not even a little bit. You got the paper mache hands. The paper mache hands are equipped to Isabeau. That's just how it is now. The paper mache hands are very special. When equipped, they turn Isabeau's basic attacks from rock to paper. Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. Like, I didn't know you could change someone's moves. But I guess if you had a boss that you knew was going to be like a different rock, paper, scissors game, right? That's pretty big. That's going to change a lot. Because then, like, if you had a boss that's susceptible to scissors, right? Then we would be in such a good state then, because then 4 people could use scissors. If we had a boss that was weak to paper, then we have 3 characters that could use paper. That'd be fantastic. That'd be really cool. Yeah, that's a really cool change. That's all. I didn't know they were going to do that. A shelf filled with little change gods. A broken figurine of the change gods. There's some unused clay here. You got a lumpy clay. You put the clay in your pockets along with your souvenirs. Okay. A broken figurine of the change gods. And an open book stained by clay and dirty hands. It's an issue of The Cursing of the Chateau Castle, issue 87. I do want to look at something here for a second here. If we can look at our items and look at our souvenirs. I believe... You flip the coin here. Wait, what? I was trying to look at find a description. Clap, clap, clap. You can actually just clap instead of saying clap, clap, clap out loud. Never. Wait, so we can actually interact with the souvenirs as well? I was just looking for the descriptions. Friendship doodle, a static drawing of you and your friends. Mirror picture, a picture of you and your allies. And we can look at it at any time. That's great. That's so good. Massive chain. A chain with slightly bigger. It's kind of telling us what it is, fetching on its own. But if you had a pendant, so we have to add a pendant to it. And then we have reminder note that Mirabelle wrote down for us, and a lumpy clay. It can become anything. In terms of memories. Memories of you have theoretically so many to choose from. +5 all stats. Not gonna have to do it anytime soon. Round and round it goes for looping. Mirabelle is shy and kind. This is how you remember her. Oh my god. Isabeau, loud and brave. This is how you remember him. Isabeau can learn the skill. Okay, this is kind of... Odile, curious and perceptive. True. This is how you remember her. Bonnie, young and angry. This is how you remember them. Young and angry. Bonnie likes to feed everyone. Odile knows her tonics. Health items used. Yeah, okay. And this is kind of like... Odile is merciless. And that's... I love how that's what, like, they kind of, like, that's the way they kind of, like, sell it as, like, canonically. Why we're able to do this. Because they now know, like, Odile's mercilessness is what's on display here, you know? Isabeau sees it all. Ready for anything. Mirabelle can learn the skill. It'll keep getting easier. Is it harder? Memories of keys. So as well, like, I think we should maybe, like, equip this. We have a lot of memories of skirmishes as well, by the way, which we can use for going forward and backwards. Garden scissors, not that easy to wield, cuts everything. Traveler's hat looks remarkably like a wizard's hat. A graceful weapon made strong where housemaidens will. Paper mache hands, it's hit surprisingly hard for paper. Earrings that fortify the wearer's body and soul. If you touch one, it goes ding ding. A dense book, an incredibly dense book of spells, or maybe it's a fairy tale book. Geometric glasses, an object that curses the wearer with blindness whenever it's not worn. Wait, what? Interesting. Both a pillow and a hat boost attack. Round hat, hat so heavy that has to make you stronger. Good for cooking, for smacking. Makes you look super intimidating, but at what cost? The opaque glasses. Heavy book, if you can knock out someone with it, it's a weapon, boost attack, plus... Oh, cool. Very cool. Crystal knuckle gloves that hit really hard and are also the height of fashion. Cute, massive, makes it one easy to pick out of a crowd. It's a beautiful big bow. A rapier made for battles and a big stitches, protected by sharpness. And Siegfried's knife, your trusty dagger, does the job. We'll read the other stuff in the pockets as well at some point too. But I'm glad that you guys told me that there is, like, descriptions there also. An open book, stained by clay and dirty hands. Yeah. Okay. Really cool stuff. Love the context we get when we go into different places like this, you know? Oh man, I don't think we have anything that can actually like push these forward, right? We don't have a pendant yet. I'm having such a blast with this game, man. It's so good. And, you know, I like, you know, there's always like a thing where it's like, oh, like, how are people going to react to it? Because I know this game isn't like mega popular or something like that, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I think like, I think one of the best things about like anything is like, you know, reading your comments. And like, if you guys are like, here with me for this as well, I'm so happy to do this as well, you know? That's the really way I feel about it. It's like, I love interacting with community stuff, and I feel like that's like the most important, to like, you know, feel like, you know, you're playing a game with other people, you know, and that's what I like about doing this the most. I remember like it was one of those things where like when you're starting off on YouTube, a lot of people like, you know, and I tell you this, if you are starting off on YouTube, you will have like not have an audience for a while, so a lot of people give up. But yeah, for me it was years of just playing games with like maybe like having like 1 or 2 comment every week, you know what I mean? That's why like it was maybe like a year or 2 years of that. And then eventually, like, you know, oh, we're here again. Okay. Wait, so we should have gone this way. Okay. And it's interesting that way, right? And like now, of course, like I like adore the community aspects of it so much, you know? It's like so joyous to me. Key time. You insert the key. Oh, is this the smiling mask? There's so much of those cheers around the place. But yeah, the community aspect of this stuff is amazing, honestly. This boost is insane to me. But still, they're very fast, right? They're very fast. Why was I using paper on this? Was I using paper on this guy? I don't even, I wasn't even thinking. I don't know why I was using paper, but hey, it's okay. We're here now. You know what I mean? Nothing we can do now. Wait. Is that not scissors? Wait, they resisted it? Another body as well. Someone frozen in time. I shouldn't say body, it's a person, right? Her. Oh, Mirabelle knows them. She's another housemaiden. I always wanted to talk to her. She's so cool. Her crafted pieces are all so perfect. I want to be just like her when I grow up. Huh? But you're an adult, Belle. You're already grown. Oh no, she's realizing she's a real actual grown adult. That could be a very, like, the realization can't hit you like a ton of bricks. We all go through this realization, Mira. You'll be okay. Oh, no, sorry, it's not that. It's just... What is it? She looks so scared. Oh, it's a scary situation. Let's go, everyone, please. Sure, Mira. Every time we see a different person, I feel like there's like a lot of like cheering up we have to do. But I always say it puts into perspective of what's happening here. It's a terrifying situation. But from Mirabelle's perspective, this is the thing where it's like almost like realizing every single time, like, you know, the task we have, and we already knew how heavy this was, but seeing it up front is like a completely different situation. And especially for people that know Mirabelle. You okay, Mirabelle? That's my room. Oh, this is your room? There's no... Oh, there's a bed. I was gonna say there's no bed. Some flowers. I'm trying to grow them out. They haven't died yet, even though I have them there for months now. I suppose it's something I could thank the king for. I mean, I think it was more of a personification of who you are, you know? A bed. Is that your bed? Yes, what gave it away? It smells fruity just like your name. Mirabelle Plums! My roommate gifted me some Mirabelle Plum scented soap a while back. She may have never cleaned a room, and she may keep me from sleeping by muttering formulas to herself in the middle of the night. But she does give great gifts. It's like finding the beauty in someone, even though some stuff annoys you. Mirabelle's dresser. Oh no, I would never. I was looking at the change god thing. Never. It'd be rude to look inside, so you don't. Of course. Horror books. There's The Cursing of the Chateau Castelligio 68. Death Dice Maker. 100 Ways to Die Horribly. Ooh. The meat slicing. The last one's actually a cooking book. A lot of horror books in there. Is this about the group of young adults being forced to kill each other for someone's entertainment? Oh my god. It is. The smile, she says that too. I mean, like, that's true. That is kind of true for like a lot of like killing game fan bases. You know, I find that they're very cheerful in a lot of cases and very nice to me, at least, you know, in my community. We should have a book club sometimes, just the two of us. We should. We should exchange letters and recommendations after we beat the king. Yeah, after we beat the king. Yeah, we're gonna beat the king. I love the confidence. Just you two? The rest of us aren't invited? No. Girls only. Yeah, back off, Isabeau. Be told to back off by Mirabelle herself. I feel blessed somehow. Honestly, true. She never would usually say that, so like... But it is like cool that she has like, you know, a special connection there with Odile as well, with reading books and stuff, I guess, you know? Rolled papers. It's a barrel. It says inside, do not shake. I do want to shake it, though. A bed. That's my roommate's bed. Do you think she's okay? What is she like, this roommate of yours? She's the worst. I really don't like her. Oh? I didn't know Belle could hate people. Yeah, it's strange. People have been mean to Belle, and even then Belle has kind of talked about them a little bit favorably. She doesn't clean her side of the room, but that's frustrating. That is very frustrating. You know, because the thing is, it's like I know. Here's the thing: there's stuff that goes on in people's lives sometimes that like they're not able to clean. I don't want to make it seem like that, because if it is that, then of course I'd feel terrible. But I think also, like, you know, when you're living with someone, you have to have like this level of respect for each other sometimes, and communication. And she leaves her experiments and weird. Yeah, it's because she's, you know, doing a lot of these experiments. Clearly, she leaves these experiments and weird potions around everywhere. And she always sings way too loud. I want to ask her to maybe change songs and sing something I might like. She always tells me no, can't do. Oh my God, Mirabelle's the sweetest girl in the world. She doesn't say stop. She says sing a different song, please. Can you imagine? Mirabelle's the type of person that goes up to like a party that like is on too loud at like past too late, which is trying to get ready for it. She knocks on the door. Excuse me, can you play Artemis, please, instead of, you know, Flowrider? What? Can you play this song I like instead? Okay, you know, like, she seems like that type of person. She's mean and has no respect towards others. So, a normal roommate. Oh my God. Maybe, but even so, not seeing her around, it really worries me. Because you become used to someone as well, right? They're part of your daily life. Positive. Gotta stay positive. Yeah, it becomes a part of your daily life. Right? Like, even if you don't like someone, seeing that person is going to be like a very natural part of your life, and it feels like everything's changing if they're not around. Papers filled with complicated equations. Got some tonics here, some vials. One of them is broken, but the other seems intact. Let's see, you got pepper juice. You got some thyme juice. You got some ginger juice. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's tough. A closet filled with unsafe looking potions. Was your roommate making bombs? Because with all the materials she has in here, it looks like she was learning how to make craft bombs. What? No. Was she? Just saying. She has the materials to make a craft bomb. Looks like she didn't finish it, though. If it makes you feel better. How do you know how to make a craft bomb? I learned it while I was studying to become a defender. But isn't that just common knowledge? I never learned that. I never learned how to make a bomb. I know I'm a kid, and you think I definitely know how to make bombs. Wait, I'm a kid and you think I definitely know how to make bombs? I didn't learn either. Oh. What else does it need then? Why? Zah! You have to throw the bomb at the king. It'd be so funny. What? Yes, it would be funny. It would be funny. It would. What else do we need? I love how everyone's so on board for this. Your roommate has some stuff already, so we just need... Isabeau starts explaining what you need with very confusing words. What? Use simple words, there's already a gizmo gadget here, and we just need a long thingy thing and a secret ingredient. Okay. Makes sense. It doesn't. Time to find those things. You got a short gizmo gadget. You put this short gizmo gadget in your pocket along with your souvenirs. I think that's honestly like fantastic. Again, because these characters aren't these characters who like are like, you know, because I feel like in some RPGs they would have characters be like, we could never make a bomb. That'd be devastating, you know what I mean? But to have these characters be so mischievous and be like, let's make a bomb, is so adorable to me. You know what I mean? It makes it a very different type of RPG. They're kind of chaotic with each other, and it's actually very nice. It's very sweet. And then we're back out here seeing this thing as well. I think we'll go to the right this time instead of going up, but we'll see how it goes. That sure is a broken pillar. I don't know how you guys feel about, because again, I think that like, the pacing of this game is definitely like, you know, they're making this a trek, and I don't think it's bad to make this a trek, because like obviously we're going through this like very big dungeon, but I think it's to emphasize, maybe from my perspective, it's to emphasize the idea of like this feeling of like this, even though we're in the castle right now, it's still or the house, it's still a long journey to get to where we need to go. And they're trying to make us see all this stuff along the way and try to see all this stuff along the way. So I don't think it's that like necessarily bad or anything. But also I know that I'm also taking my time like to a big degree. So I hope you guys are very much, I think you guys even said like in the first episodes, like, please do take your time. Please do look at the stuff you want to look at. So I do appreciate that as well. Because that's probably where I will be at. Oh, look at this door. This gate is locked. It's locked with one of those weird word locks. There's some in the lock too. Maybe we should take a closer look. Say change? Look at it curiously. You look at it. Ysabeau sees you look. Have you ever seen a lock like this before, Steve? It's a special kind of a guardian lock. Instead of a key, it needs a specific word. So we actually did open it, so I guess it didn't. The loop that we went through last time didn't count. Words? Yes, you just need to say the words aloud. I think they call it an open phrase. This is the conversation we had before, but in a different location. Fascinating. So what's the phrase for this lock? I do not know. So it's locked? Yes. Yahoo. The door is a sentence written above the lock too. But you can't read it. Such an imposing door though. It is pretty imposing, you're right. I don't remember ever seeing it before. There's some text written above the door though. Look. It says, Youch! Youch? No, it's just, my head hurts. Oh no. That was a Tom and Jerry type youch as well. Should we say the other things? Try to read what's written, say change. Nothing happens. Okay, worth a try. Yeah, and we could try and read what's above the door, I guess. You can't read what's written above the lock. That's fine. Just try to read it makes my head hurt. Sometimes that stuff can make your head hurt, 100%. Okay, so a very imposing door as well. I have Jellius by Eyelid on my mind. It's a really cool song. I was about to sing it. You know what's so funny? Actually, Americans get picked up by there's another body here as well. I was looking away for a second just to talk to you guys, but like Americans get picked up a lot of the time for like copyright for singing covers of songs, but I don't get picked up by that because I don't think they can understand my accent sometimes. And even when I look at the auto-generated subtitles that come up for English, like they get the words wrong all the time because of my accent. So I don't think YouTube picks up on me like whenever I sing a song, because legitimately like American YouTubers say all the time that they will get picked up for like singing a song, just like randomly like singing 2 lines of a song and then they pick it up as a cover. So they try to not do that. For me, like if I sang like if I sang 10 songs right now from 10 different artists, I guarantee you they won't get picked up. I don't know what it is. I think it is just because YouTube can't auto AI my find out what I'm saying all the time, you know, perfectly, I guess. Someone frozen in time. I don't know who that is actually. They have a cool necklace though. Let me see. Oh, I know them. That's another housemaiden. I hadn't seen them in a while. I didn't know they were changing. Come to think of it, I hadn't seen them for a little bit before the king. Maybe they were close to done crafting their body? So changing and crafting your body. So the elements of change are like go deeper than just like the idea of like spiritual change as well. Like they do a lot of this stuff with changing, you know, the idea of rebirths and eggs and all this stuff too is like, it's like, it can be taken very literal. If you can beat the king, you can see them again and meet them again. Yes. Interesting. So interesting. Let's check around this room. Now we know there's one location we have to go to there. Paper and pen. Looks like someone was in the middle of writing down their change. You know, do you look closer? I'm very interested to see this. Don't look, it's private. Just because everything's frozen doesn't mean we shouldn't look at we should look at everything, you know? I agree. Oh. Wasn't aware, my apologies. He's right, you look away. No, it's fine. It's fine. You didn't know. But still, this brings back memories. I would love to craft my body more. I would love to be 2 centimeters taller. So it is a crafting of your body. You can make yourself taller? Why 2 centimeters? Aren't you tall enough already? I think you're too tall. You should cut it out. Cut what out? Anyway, Mira, you don't understand. With 2 more centimeters, I'll pass the threshold. With 2 more centimeters, I'll finally be tall with a capital T. Okay, Ysabeau. And of course, Mirabelle loves this too. I support you in your tall dreams. What a simple reason. Crafting your body, huh? And you know, instead of crafting your body itself, maybe there are easy ways to gain height. This is, I want to like read a full book on crafting your body. I legitimately do. Oh? Like what? You could wear high heels. High heels hurts my feetsies. Drink lots of milk. Milk makes me sick sometimes. I love milk. Love flavored milk. Big supporter of vanilla milk and banana milk. We could tie your hands to pillars and tug at your feet really hard. Worth a try. Anyone have rope? I'm sorry I brought us to this point. Let's stay focused, please. But I love that they do get involved in these like conversations and that, like, cause that's what friends do sometimes. You get like involved in these conversations that are so like off the wall and deep that like you forget that you're even like on a mission right now. But yeah, the idea of the crafting of the body stuff, I wonder like is that going to come into play at sometimes too? And I would love to learn more about it. because that's such an interesting but also like terrifying thing to me. But it seems like it's very normal and natural. I guess the idea of change as well, it's very normal and natural for them too. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting story here as well. Okay, so there's flowers, some frozen flowers. They smell like flowers. An empty, clean bed. There's something on it. It's an animal, but not real. It's made out of fabric and other things. It's usually for kids. Those things have a name. It's, a stuffed animal, dummy. Oh, guys. Freen forgot an easy word again. So Freen seems to forget words all the time. See, Freen. Seef? We have to do something about this, Freen. Did you really forget a basic word like stuffed animal? Okay, so some of the things you don't remember, some of the things you don't remember the words for aren't basic. I use my brain for other things. Things other than remember the word stuffed animal. What do you use your space of your brain for anyway? Puns? Oh, as a matter of fact, yes. Well, that's fine, but my brain is just stuffed with puns. Crab! Ah, yes. So Seafreen seems to remember a lot, not remember a lot of words. Okay, so there's something to that then, I guess. The book is full of books about bodycraft. Interesting. Can you tell me more about this? Yes, please, 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 please. Hey, Deal? Don't you already know all this stuff? What do you mean? You're always been asking questions about Vaugarde and change and stuff, but don't you already know about it? You never thought about it. Yeah, I was wondering about this too. You're always asking questions, which is fun, but I can't believe you go to another country and not learn about all of it beforehand. If only because you'd make you look stupid. How insightful, you two. What? Do you already know about the things you ask about? I do know some of the things I ask you about, but I also believe there's a difference between knowledge and learned in books and knowledge learned by talking to people. Yes, 110%. Perspective sometimes can be so different and outlook can be different. And I also think that sometimes when you're talking to people directly, people learn in different ways, right? Like some people can read a whole book and get more, but they'll still get more information by talking to someone from the source, you know? Knowledge is important, but the meaning behind it, the emotional piece, there we go, perspective, yeah? That's important too, yeah? What drives that information, right? Books don't tell me anything about how it feels to be surrounded by Vaugardian culture, to be bathed in it. Oh my god, I love Odile so much! This is so accurate, right? You can read about Irish culture in a book, but if you go into a pub in a rural area and talk to people, you know what I mean? Maybe not some rural areas, don't go into some rural areas, okay? Maybe go to a pub in like a nice pub in the city sometime, if you are. And you'll find like there's a very different perspective on that culture, you know what I mean? All the time there is, like, you know, like how a country is perceived versus how it actually is, like, it's dependent on the people, you know? But the three of you do. And you clearly love your country and love the change of belief. And it's making me like it too, I suppose. Oh, that's kind of sweet, right? Oh, Madame Odile. I don't get it. It's okay. You don't need to understand. I just want to know all I can about Vaugardian culture, that's all. So yeah, that's very sweet. To me, that's very, very sweet. Because it, to me, like, it adds like a little nature of like not only just like them loving having different perspective, like and understanding that perspective on culture like is so different. Because again, like I could like read about Brazilian culture, but I have like Brazilian people in my audience and I chat with them sometimes, and you know, and the same thing with like people from Italy, people from France, from America. And you won't really understand, like, you know, the specifics of, like, how they feel about the culture and what it feels like, as Odile said, to be surrounded by the culture until you talk to them directly. You know, reading something and talking to people is a very different thing. Oh, of course, some people are just bull crappers, but, you know, that's to be expected with anything in the universe. Some vials. Let's see, you got one pepper juice, you got some thyme juice, you got one ginger juice. You give them to Bonnie for safekeeping. A book teaches them how to craft your body. This book looks a lot similar to what I've studied. Apparently they made some big strides in body crafting recently. Please, let's talk about this more. Before it took close to a year to make a big change. But now you can change in a month or so. That is huge. But I wonder what you look like afterwards. It's interesting. Crafting your body is so accepted here in Vaugarde. That's the thing. It's like, it's just a normal thing, second nature. And Kabul, using crafting yourself would be grounds for prison. That's so interesting. So accepted in Vaugarde. In Kabul, it's not whatsoever. In fact, it's considered a taboo. Prison? But why? Because if you can craft your own body to your liking, where's the limit? I kind of like see it this way in some ways too. Like, that's my perspective sometimes when I thought about this first. Take the king, for example. They say he crafted his body to become so massive he can destroy houses in a single gesture. And that's without mentioning his mastery over timecraft too. But I'm not saying Kabul is correct. I'm just telling you their point of view, and that's a good way to put it. It's like, you don't have to agree with this, but this is what we think. Plus, it's like there aren't any ways to do bodycraft to Kaboo, if you know where to look. So some underground stuff? Oh my, Manamodil. Were you part of some underground resistance? I'll never tell. Resistanceology! I love Odil's jokes because they're usually like come from a place of like, you know, it's like almost like out of nowhere. But then like it almost puts everyone at ease for a second. It's like, oh yeah, they're still very funny. They're the type of like very like straight-faced comedian almost in a way too. But yeah, it seems like you can change yourself in a month here. And you can craft yourself to be taller, bigger. I don't know if you can do like prettier, more muscular, you know, like tougher. I don't know what you can do. But I kind of like would come from the perspective of like that scares me a little bit. Because why, like, there's nothing wrong when I always say this 100%. It's the same thing with say something like plastic surgery or something like that. If this is someone's want and something that they want, and it's something that like that they truly like want to see for it to happen, like I'm always just like, you know, it's none of my business whatsoever what someone wants to do. But obviously it's different if someone's forced into it or like, you know, kind of like coerced into it, wherever. But like also, to me, it's also this thing where it's like, yeah, you can change yourself, but like then in this sense, it's kind of like, look what's happened with the king. This isn't something where like, you know, again, changing yourself to be the you that you probably like want to be. Okay, like, you know, we can talk about that for sure. But I also think there's a sense of like, if someone abuses that to a high degree, if it's so easy and if it's getting easier and easier as well, you know. And again, I'm not part of this culture, so I can't really say as well. But I just thought like, you know, from the perspective of like, I don't think it's inherently wrong to want to change a part of yourself if that's something you want to do and it's not something that's been pressured on you or something that's been like bullied into you or something like that. But also again, like as they were saying, like in the idea of Kaboo, it's like, well, look what's happened with the king. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's an interesting conversation to have, but of course I would never like shame anyone for anything like that. You know what I mean? Pictures of different people. Some of them are covered in bandages, but they're all smiling. Pictures of different people. Some of them covered in bandages and they're all smiling. So this is what we're looking for, right? A closet. You open it, you find the angry keys for the angry door the other way, right? You know where the angry key is located. The keychain dangling from a shape like an angry mask. That's a different face from what you got before. Why are the faces different? Does it mean something? What's this about? Oh, every keychain will probably have a different mask. Huh? So every mask will have a different emotion? Is that what it's trying to represent? Oh, I know. That's the change god. No matter what emotion it has, if it has a mask, that's the change god. The change god always has a mask and never has the same expression or art style for that matter. Art style, okay. It's to show the change god is ever changing. Interesting, okay. But also show that emotions are fleeting. So emotions will change over time too. No matter how wonderful or awful you're feeling, this feeling will fade in time. That's kind of pretty, right? That is kind of pretty. Why do emotions have to fade too? Why can't we keep being happy forever? And honestly, I think we've all asked ourselves that question that Bonnie is asking, you know? That'd be boring. Can you imagine? It'd be like being forced to eat your favorite food forever. I'd like that though. Are you sure? You really imagine it? Eating all your favorite food is all the time. Can I stop eating when I'm full? Nope. Can't do anything except eat. I can't go to the bathroom? Nope. Okay, now they're being a bit playful. That would suck. Indeed. Just like feeling terrible forever would suck. And some of those feelings might stay for a while, make their way home here. But knowing that they'll eventually go away, isn't it a relief? So I think what they're saying is that like, and I think we get what they're saying. We all have that feeling sometimes, like, why can't I just be happy forever? But there's also that thing where it's like, you know, fake happiness, where it's just like induced happiness, where the world is perfect. You know, it's kind of terrifying in some ways. But I think it's very difficult because like, if you go to anyone who's feeling like super like depressed right now, and you told them, here's a magic potion, you'll be happy forever. You know what I mean? If you meet someone who's going through a really hard time, here, take this potion. You'll never feel sadness again. They're probably going to take it. And it's probably easier for people that aren't feeling, and I wouldn't say these characters aren't feeling that, because obviously they're going through some like really big struggles now as well. I mean, like, you know, all the stuff they are going through. But I think they have like an interesting perspective on life. Because for me personally, like as well, like I think it'd be very difficult not to like, you know, at least think about taking the happy forever potion. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's interesting that way. But I do think that like, you know, so much of life's beauty does come from like ebbs and flows and stuff like that. Which I think is what they're saying too. But like, it's hard not to like, you know, really find the idea of like being happy forever very appealing, you know? It's hard not to. But again, you know, it's perspective again. It's definitely perspective again. Should we check the Change God statue? Like, it's been destroyed. Yeah. So we now have to like move over to the whole other side again. Ah, nope. Get away from me. I already fought you one time. We're moving right to that door. Oh. Oh, it's actually not that far to get out there. And I might go and save the game again. This is such a beautiful game. And I love that there's so many different, like, wildly different things happening here, right? Like, in terms of, like, perspectives and stuff like that, like. Very cool stuff. In terms of different perspectives. And the worldview. And how fun it is to have these characters, to be around all these characters. I think it's up here, isn't it? Yep, right here. Another door open. Is this going to take us to another place entirely? Oh, it's another one of those guys. Is this going to give us a pendant for the locations with the yeah, I know what it's going to give us, yeah. Free Crest Sadness. Let's go. It's going to give us the how do you say it? The way to get rid of all those blurs. But I don't remember exactly where they all were. But I'll probably be ending the episode in a bit too, anyway, so I could probably look back and check and we can know exactly where they are. So let's craft that, and let's start off with a... We're already fast, so I might as well not do that and right now. Let's do a little crit damage. Raise our attack. Craft defense. Let's do then a slow. Then let's do a lowering of their defense. Then let's do a rondo. Thank you so much, Bonnie. You made the effort, and that's good. Your turn back to Mirabelle. And you can use a sparkle here on yourself. Then we can do a scissors 3. And then do 2 clever by half and get the big move, right? Yeah, and we have boosted attack here doing this too, so. Bonnie, you want to come in? Nostalgia, by the way. Let's just go for a smash. Thank you so much, Isabeau. And we have the ability now to, like, knock down this stuff, right? You go to Star Crest, you put the Star Crest in your pocket. Alright. Boniface, what do you mean by weird smelly? Those shadows all smell really sugary. That's it? They smell sugar? I guess we're just realizing that now. A hole in the wall? The hole doesn't bring you anywhere. Boniface, what about this wall? What does it smell like? Like a crab-in wall. I guess that's all we can find here. Yeah, it smells like a crab-in wall. Was there stuff up here again? Let's see. I remember there was a lot of stuff around here, right? Yeah, there's something here first of all. But can we only get rid of one space, or is it a load of spaces? I think this was the one we have to get. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the one we have to stop, right? To get probably the stuff to, like, a bigger knife or something to cut the door. Wrong way. Wait, really? No way. Some vials. Let's see. Wait, so we're gonna be looping all the way to loop because we chose the wrong thing? There's a bunch of unfinished poems on the desk. Isabel slaps his hand on one of them. On oranges are nice. Oranges are soft. Oranges are frail. When you look at me, I feel like one. Your fingernail digs into my cheek. Peel an orange open. The poem ends here. Is this a clue? No, it's just someone's unfinished poem. Let's finish it for them. Do we have time? Do we really have time to do this right? Peel an orange open. Orange juice comes out. Oh, gems. Peel an orange open. The person who wrote this orange. The person who wrote this is the orange, right? That seems to be one interpretation. Yes. Okay, so I die. Very literal, very nice. Blood oranges? Something with that. Something bloody but poetic? I haven't heard a single good idea yet. Madam, do you have something then? No. Yeah, leaving us young people to do the job. I get it. Steve, your turn. Peel the orange open. It gets very appealing. I love that Isabeau loves these. Seafreen, you take a bow. No one except Isabeau claps. Oh, come on, clap for Seafreen. So this is the wrong way, so we chose the wrong space. You find an anthology of horror stories. On the cover, a handsome young man looks into the night fearfully but longingly. Ulmir, looks like the kind of books you like, yeah? Horror books. This one looks massive. What's this one? That's the handsome young man falling into beautiful heartbreaking madness horror anthology. Mirabel's yelling made you jump. Did someone in the house have it all this time? Did someone keep it for you? What is that anyway? It's full of anthology about the pure-hearted boys being subjected to awful monsters and horror situations. Seeing them screaming in fright, I kind of help but root for them and at the same time be happy I'm not in their situation. Mirabel loves horror, and she actually is the type of person that would love horror movies. Whenever you meet someone who loves horror movies, they usually, well, I shouldn't say this because, like, I'm not saying me, because I love horror movies, but generally, like, they are very cheerful, like, they sometimes have, like, a very positive outlook on life and stuff, I guess, and, like, and, you know, you can get along with them. At least I get along with them very well. There's something so lovely, touching about those tales, something wonderfully hopeful. I can't help but read and pray for their survival. So they usually survive, or do the monsters catch them? Well, 50-50? Yes, sometimes things just don't turn out well. But also, the catharsis that fills my whole being when they get caught. There's something very wonderful about that, too. Schadenfreude? The Schadenfreude. Catharsis? Schadenfreude? Don't worry about it, Bonbon. I am too lost. It's just very good. Very moving. Makes me feel like I went on a run. And also something to hear heroes end up bonding with the monsters too. What? Oh, romance. I understand the romance part. Books about terrible things happening to good people, huh? When we finally get a book club going, I would love to know if you have more books like this one. Boy, do I. Mirabel's so excited. You laugh quietly. You hope they get to have their book club soon. And it's something to look forward to, right? But I love, again, that Mirabel's personality is not surprising to me, again, because I do generally feel like sometimes you'll find people are, like, into, like, horror movies and, like, scary games, and, like, you know, they'll be like, man, I love gore. And they're, like, the nicest person you've ever met in your life. I'm not a big fan of gore myself, by the way. I'm not. I don't want to say it's not everybody, because some people who love horror are actually very, like, pretentious and awful, too. So it's like, you know, it goes a lot of different ways. In terms of this, like, wrong way, is it a faux pas to, like, reload a save? Because we could just reload a save and go back to the other area, right? But, like, I think if we want to engage with the mechanics, though, I probably would rather loop, right? Because I feel like if you reload your save, you're not going to get to see all the other different experiences we got to experience, like, right? I'm right in that sense, right? Because the whole point of looping is that you get to see, like, all these different things in a different perspective and learn about different things and maybe, like, even, like, you know, change something slightly, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. There's a space between two books, like someone removed it. Bonnie seems to be reading it intently. There's a very striking cover of the Moodoo clay figure with a large sunken eyes and screaming mouth. You can read the title. You're curious. What do you have here? Bonnie hides the book in their pocket. Nothing. It's nothing. You can read whatever you want. Nothing at all. Sure. Okay. Shut up. It's fine. I'm fine. Stop looking at it. Stop looking at me. Shut up. Here, take the book. This book instead. Bonnie shows a book at you. Seizing how to expose bad thoughts. Wow. It seems Bonnie is the type of person that does, like, you know, that isn't a fan of being perceived quite often. Will sometimes, like, be kind of like, how do I say it? Like someone who is, like, trying their best to, like, seems sometimes tougher than they are sometimes. And that probably is just from being like a kid, right? Sometimes kids are like that, I feel like, where they're kind of like, you know, I don't need your help, you know? And it's honestly very sweet sometimes, it is. We're right here at the entrance, by the way, so, like, yeah, so we can save now, and then we loop, right? That's how it works. Perfect. So we're gonna end the video here, guys, and I think we're gonna have to loop again to get the right space this time again, which is fine. It's totally fine. I have no problem doing that. That's perfectly fine. We'll save anyway. Because it's the mechanics themselves. I know it's like, you know, we could easily probably, like, and I don't know, again, I don't know what the etiquette is, you know, like, because, like, for me, like, I think the whole point of this game is to engage with the mechanics and engage with the looping and stuff. But I don't know if, like, again, it says X, yeah, we're stopped here, we're trapped. The whole point of this would be for us to loop and come back here, right? That's the whole point. And I kind of want to engage with the mechanics. Like, I don't want to just like, but watch this. Someone's gonna be like, no, like, people do reload all the time. But yeah, maybe I'll get your guys' perspective then. But like for me, like I think I definitely want to engage with the mechanics a bit. But then again, I'm still new to this game, so I don't know what like the energy would be here for that as well, I guess. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I think one of the cool things about this is that not only will we go back and get a different like outcome and get a different doorway, we also then will have this thing that's in the game that's really cool that we'll have a different perspective maybe on the mirror. We'll now know the names of things as we're going by. And stuff like that, right? And we'll remember where the keys are. We can remember where all the keys are, which is really cool too. So I wonder if we go back with all the key knowledge, we'll be able to just open doors as well. That's a possibility too. And I truly do love the mechanics of this game. I love the little details and stuff too. So like, yeah, we can definitely like loop again, and we'll come back in the next one and do a little bit of a loop. Because that's what makes this game kind of unique again, But again, I also like, I always, again, you're probably like, Cal, why are you so worried? I'm not worried about it. It's more of a case of like, I know for a fact that like sometimes I will be like, yeah, I don't want to like reload, and someone goes, yeah, do it. It's the same thing. I played Last Defense Academy, but that's a little bit different. People are like, yeah, you can reload if you want. But I think we're gonna like probably like maybe try to like engage in the mechanics as much as possible as we're going forward with this. But to talk about this episode, wasn't really like this big story heavy episode, but I think it was like another episode where we got to like get closer with the characters, learn more about their different cultures. We got to see stuff about the eye patch and to be able to how they're able to like craft themselves, like they're able to craft themselves into something that they're not, which I think is a very interesting touch as well, because then that like turns, because I thought change was kind of like more figurative. But it seems like it is very literal in a lot of sense too. Like it's not just becoming a new self like figuratively, it's becoming a new self physically as well, which like does change my perspective on it a little bit as well. And we learned that like the king, I guess, as well, has also like crafted himself to the point that he's changed himself so much that he is the way he is now. We got to have the lovely picture with all of our party members. We got to have like a really nice experience with all the the stuff with the sandwich and calling Odile cute. Like there's so many little moments in this game that make this game so big for me. Like I love the tiny little conversations everyone has, like the interactions they're having. It truly shows how close they are. And I love, because this is a party that like that have already known each other, we're getting so much information about them in a way that like feels very natural. Like they don't stop and turn to the camera and go, "Oh yeah, that's the time that we had that battle with the ogre. Remember we had the battle with the ogre, and then the battle with the ogre changed our whole perspective on life, and this happened." It would be more like this. It'd be like, to reference a battle with an ogre they had, they instead would go, "Jesus, man, that's a long time ago. That was around the time we fought that ogre on old, Jauntry Hill, right? That was a long time ago. That hurt us bad and all this." It's a very natural way of like, they reminisce about stuff. And even when they talk about stuff like the change god stuff, how cool is it they're able to give us more information on like how you change yourself through a debate? Not even a debate, but through like different perspectives. Because like it would be straight. Everyone knows like, I guess, how to do the change stuff, right? And also they contextually explained it with Odile twice here. Odile is we're able to get more information because of Odile, because Odile wants to learn about all the stuff they already know through people's experiences. So good at giving us new information without making it seem like it's forced or like too weird, that because the characters would already know this stuff. But it's the same thing, like it's like the stuff with the king. How cool is it that like two ways they're doing it? With Odile, it's like, as you said, they want to learn about people's experiences, but also at the same time, they're giving their perspective. We don't believe in that in my country. We don't believe in that at all. But there is ways to do it. Look what happened to the king. They tell us what happened with the king and how the king was able to do this stuff and what happened when the king went too far. They also have like they also do it through comedy too. We got some, even though it's a comedic scene, we get more information about like taking pictures of yourself through like this beautiful scene with like the mirror. You get some information about like changing from the perspective of Isabeau, who's like, I want to change and become more like taller. Like I want to become taller. That's another thing that shows us through a very comedic scene, like how like we're able to get information. So we're getting information doled out to us through very natural means. Mirabel will meet a character in this game that's frozen in time and give us more information about how the House of Change works. What people's jobs were, that they would have. We learned that they have like roommates and they have to live together, and people are doing constant research. We learned about like the books that they read, what's popular, all through like these scenes that are very naturally done, that don't feel like anything's being like told to you or talked at to you. It's just like these very natural either debates, conversations, different perspectives, and through all of that we're learning about like this party that's already been together for a while. You know what I mean? It's a really cool way of doing it without making it feel like forced stall. Yeah, of course, like I think this game is again about like really cool small stuff building up to something bigger. We're gonna be looping next time, and I think that at that point we're gonna be pretty fine as well. Also, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for supporting this series as always. Thank you so much for being so cool. Leave your comments below and tell me your perspectives on all the stuff I was talking about too this time too. Thank you to Tyfire2, JB Bull, Johnny the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Adusta, Death Drop, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Heck, Leon, High Casparian, Jared Beanham, at the highest tier of my YouTube, World Gamer 7 and Blasco. And I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.